Hey guys, so today I will be reviewing this LEGO Lord of the Rings set. This is Attack on Weathertop. It is set number 9472. It comes with 430 pieces, 5 minifigures, 2 horses, and it is recommended for ages 8 to 14. And this set came out 7 years ago, actually, in 2012. So let's go ahead and get this review started by taking a look at the minifigures. So, first up is the Nazgul, or Ringwraith, or Black Rider, depending on what you want to call him. And you do get 2 of these guys in the set, but they are identical, so I'm only going to show you one. And this minifigure is pretty simple. He only has printing on his torso, none on the face, none on the legs, none on the arms. He just gets a simple sword element, which I really like the look of. He has a plain black head and a plain black hood. And he has this very nice looking tattered cape. I really like the way this piece looks. Do wish you could get it to rest a little closer to his body, but it looks pretty cool like that, and also looks nice on his horse as it's flying in the wind. And taking off his hood, almost said helmet, but it's a hood. Flipping this up, you can see he does have a little bit of back printing, but nothing too crazy. And yeah, so overall, the Nazgul is a very spooky minifigure. He looks very menacing. Doesn't have too much printing, but that is okay, since they are really just pretty much all black in the movie anyway. So yeah, overall, I think this is a very nice minifigure, and very happy that there are 2 of them included. Here is Merry, and he is the other exclusive minifigure in the set. I don't think I mentioned that the Nazgul are exclusive, but I am mentioning it now. So the Nazgul and Merry are exclusive to this set. And Merry is a very nice looking hobbit. I like his sword mold, and his torso printing is very nice. And his face is simple, but I like the way it turned out. No printing on the short legs, since they are short legs. And removing his hairpiece, which I really like. It's what they use for all the Hobbit minifigures. And I think it's just a really nice piece. I like the way that looks. So taking that off, you can see just the rest of his face print. And spinning him around, you can see his alternate face, where he looks a bit more happy. And then if I flip up his short cape, which was new for 2012, but kind of old news at this point, you can see just his simple back torso detailing, but even if it is just a little bit of printing, I think it still looks good. I'm going to go ahead and put his hair back on. And yeah, so I think that is pretty much it for Merry, a nice little exclusive minifigure. Next up is Frodo, the main character in Lord of the Rings. And I really like his torso detailing. I think it looks very nice. His face print is, again, simple like Merry's, but I think it looks good. And he uses the same hairpiece, but in a dark brown color. And spinning him around, I will take off that hairpiece, and you can see that face, which is a lot different than his other face. This is after he's been stabbed by the Morgul blade and is kind of just going nuts, trying not to slip into the Wraith world. And this is a very good face print. I like the way this looks. It's very scary, which I think it is supposed to be. The eyes are just crazy, and I think it looks very good. And his back torso detailing is actually very similar to Merry's, but it is a little bit different. And this cape is very stiff. It does not want to go back down, and I don't know why. There we go. Alright. His cape and hair back on, spin him around. And he does come with the 1 ring along with Sting, and I really like the mold that they use for Sting. I think it looks very good. And the 1 ring is always nice to get. I really like that piece. And that is it for Frodo, a very nice minifigure overall. Here is Aragorn, and he is a great character in the Lord of the Rings, and his minifigure is also very cool. Nothing too crazy going on in terms of printing here. They do have the Even Star printed on his neck, even though he should not have that at this point in the movie. He gets it when they reach Rivendell, but they haven't gotten there yet. But it's not too big of a deal. I wouldn't expect a completely different version of the minifigure just to remove that tiny necklace print. Back torso detailing is nothing crazy, but if I take off his hair, you can see his alternate face where he looks a lot more calm. No dual molding on the legs, since that didn't exist yet, but there is some printing showing the robes continuing down over his legs. And he does get the normal sword element like the Ringwraiths, and I absolutely love that piece. And he also gets a little torch for when he fights the Ringwraiths after Frodo has been stabbed. And that is it for the minifigures. Let's go ahead and move on to the set itself. So I kinda lied, I forgot about the horses, and I want to show you those first. So this is just the newer style of horse piece where the horse can rear up on its hind legs. So you can either get it just in kind of its walking pose, or you can get it where it's kicking. And something I found out, you can while it's in this pose, you can actually turn it down like this if you want to get it into a running position. And the print on the head is very nice. I like that armor printing. And he does come with a saddle, or both of them do. So you can put your Ringwraith minifigure right in there and have him riding along. But if you don't want these horses to be tamed for whatever reason, you can pop the saddle out. And they do include two of these little builds. It's just a 1x2 brick and a 1x2 plate. And you can put that right there on the horse, so you can have a wild horse, but you can still have a minifigure ride on its back, since there are studs there. So overall, a very simple inclusion, but I love LEGO horses for some reason, and I love the printing on these, and overall, just a very nice inclusion in the set. And before we get on to Weathertop itself, I'll just show you this little side build. I don't really know why it's in the set. It doesn't really have any significance in the movie or anything, or even in the set. It's just kind of here. It is a nice reason to get this piece, though. I do like that big bush piece. You also get some of these little grass pieces, but I really don't know why this is here. It's just kind of this weird random side build, but it's not bad, just weird. Alright, here is Weathertop, and I will take you through this build kind of section by section, starting at the bottom here with the little campfire area. So starting down in the little camp area where the hobbits set up for the night, you have a little campfire there with a pot. It's a simple build, but I like the way it looks. And I knocked the chicken leg out of the backpack, which is a bit of a weird inclusion, but I don't mind it. And apparently it doesn't want to stay in, so we're going to put it the other way. Like that, okay. You have an apple not sticking to, but it's placed inside of the grass. There's also a little carrot laying on the ground. And I like the construction here to hold up the top of Weathertop. I like that piece and how it is used. And just some nice little detailing in here. I like the way this turned out. I really like the shaping around this area with all these slopes and regular bricks. And you do see these hinge pieces here. I will get to that in a minute. And I really like the shaping on this side of Weathertop with how they got this area to curve. I really like the way that looks. Those are very nice builds and a very nice technique used. Get to this little piece in a minute when I take you up top. This is an entrance into the inside of Weathertop, which I will show you in a minute. And this area is pretty much just a mirror of this side, uses the same technique. They just use little hinge plates in there to get that curve, and I absolutely love the way that looks. And on this side, there's like a little sewer or something. You can see inside, but you don't really see too much. And then they use the big spiral staircase element. I don't see that used too much these days, but I really like the way that looks right there. Sorry about that. And moving up top, I will show you the full outside first before I take you in. And I really like the way this looks. It definitely makes it look like some old ruins, since Weathertop is a ruin of an old watchtower. I like the sloping here. I like to use the microfigures on both sides as little statues. A little foliage growing around. Use the masonry bricks there. It looks good. And it's pretty open up here, which I like, so that you can have plenty of space to position minifigures. More masonry bricks used there. I like the way that looks. Little window here, kind of signifying that this used to be fully enclosed. This is what would have held up the roof, and then you would have been able to look out over the plains around Weathertop. And just like a little old hallway right there. I like the way that build looks. More masonry bricks, and that is pretty much it for the top. And like I said, there are plenty of places to position minifigures. So what you can do is take Frodo, have him all stabbed and stuff, put him in the little corner, have him drop Sting, and then, where's Aragorn? Here he is. But this is how I have it displayed, and I think it looks very nice. You can have Aragorn charging in at the Ringwraiths, and then you can have one flying over the side in flames, although not actually in flames. Drop that Ringwraith. And you can have this one standing to fight Aragorn. Just have a nice little scene up here. If you want, you can throw Merry over here. Put him on the tiles, since that's actually a play feature. So you can have a nice little scene up here, space to fit all the minifigures. And yeah, you definitely couldn't fit 9 Ringwraiths. Well, actually 9 didn't come to Weathertop, 5 did. So if you got 5 Ringwraiths, I don't think you could squeeze them all. I mean, you could squeeze them in, but it wouldn't look very good. So you can't fit all 5, which is a bit unfortunate. So you can't have the full scene, but you do have enough space just for the minifigs included in the set. That's pretty much it for the outside of Weathertop. Let me go ahead and take you inside. Okay, so right here you may see just the tiniest bit of a Technic pin sticking out. And you may have seen while I was doing the little walk around, I broke the fire off, put that back on later. There are hinges right here. So what you do is you just pull it like so. I just broke more of the little campfire area, but that's okay. You can see this opens up, and you can have Weathertop fully straight out. So if you actually buy 2 of these sets, you could have a giant Weathertop, but I don't really know how that would look. So inside, you can see there's a little armory right here, torches on the walls, and then just little studs on the side, bricks on the other side if you want to put more things on the walls. Little rat right here, more statues with the micro figures. I really like the way they use that piece in the light gray color. And you have the spear and the little short sword. And then on this side, you have some flick missiles, which I'll show you in a moment. Little old, like, fire pit thing. I don't really know what they were going for here since there's no fire in it right now, but it's a funky looking build. And I'll quick show you the flick missiles. So basically, those are the little studs right here. So you can just push on the flick missile and fire it out. I'm not actually flicking it because that would take too long and it would hurt, and I don't like flicking them. But there you can see, you can just load them right back in. So they're nice and hidden from the outside, although once you go inside, it does look kind of strange, but that's okay, since this really isn't meant to be displayed open like this. And then zooming back out, so you can see up top, I said I put Mary on the tiles, so that, okay. I said I put Mary on the tiles since there's a play feature. And basically, that little cone piece that I said I would show you in a minute, well, you just pull this out. You just pull it out. I'm going to turn it so you can see Mary more. Just pull it out. There's a trapdoor, and Mary falls to his doom. So, not very accurate, but it is a nice little play feature. Trapdoors are always fun. So then here you can see, it doesn't look too good when it's pulled out. And you just push it right back in, the door falls right back. Just have some fun with this, have it go around like that. Looks kind of strange. But, like I said, not very accurate to the movie, but it is a nice little play feature. I don't really know why they had to include it, and right over the spikes, or not spikes, but spear and sword. So you fall down that trapdoor and you're basically dead, which is a pleasant thought. So just close this right back up and make sure that the pin and hole align. There we go. And now Weathertop is all closed up. And yeah, so that is really it for the set. So let's go ahead and close out the video. So that is Attack on Weathertop, and overall I think that it is a very good set. The minifigure selection is good. I really like the 3 exclusive ones. Frodo is a nice minifigure to get, and Aragorn, well, fairly common, is a nice minifigure as well. And the build itself is also very nice. I love the way they got the shaping to show the round structure of Weathertop and all the little details around to kind of show the decay and kind of what this used to be. I think is very good. The little side build, well, weird and probably just included to beef up the piece count a little bit, isn't bad and has some good pieces. And I like how they included 1 horse for each of the Nazgul, so you can have them both mounted. And yeah, overall, I really don't have any complaints about this set. I think it is very good. Even the 2 little play features, the flick missiles and trapdoor, don't detract from the set really that much. The only bad thing about them is the little cone piece that sticks out so you can operate the trapdoor. But even that's not too big of a deal. So overall, would I recommend this if you're a Lord of the Rings fan? Yes, definitely. It is such a big moment in the Fellowship of the Ring film that if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, I would definitely recommend getting this set. I paid $80 for mine, and I feel like that is a fair price. So if you see this in around the $80 mark, I would say definitely pull the trigger, get this set, since it is very good. It looks great on display. So overall, I do really like this set, and I don't have much else to say about it other than that I do think it is good. So you guys can know what you think of this set either by voting in the card in the top right-hand corner of the video or by leaving a comment down below. And if you guys did enjoy this review, a like is very much appreciated. And if you really enjoyed it, please consider clicking that subscribe button and turning on notifications so that you never miss a new LEGO for Life video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.